seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
It would help if my mic wasn't muted. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. So it is Tuesday, the 30th of July. And yeah, of course, we are going to run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We're going to take a look at, yeah, of course, what is going on, as always. What we've been looking at over the course of today, and then kind of what we can look for in that near-term future. And yeah, of course, if there's anything that you guys want to take a look at, if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, then of course, please put those in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to talk about any of that. But yeah, enough of that. Before we start, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Really helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. And yes, of course, subscribe as well if you haven't already. And then we can jump straight on into the analysis, right? So yeah, let's start off with the context, right? What the current context of Bitcoin is, okay? Because we can look on this broader time frame, okay? We can very, very clearly see that Bitcoin is looking bearish at this moment in time. It is looking bearish because we are continuing to form lower highs, right? Lower highs after lower lows, as you can see right here. So Bitcoin, broader market context, is bearish at this moment in time. Of course, right, we've had a nice rise towards the upside, right? This has been very, very bullish, okay? So what we have to understand that, yes, right, Bitcoin is in this big downtrend, but this rise has been really good, okay? This rise has been really good, and this rise could actually lead to us breaking this bearish structure, okay? That's a possibility. This rise could continue, and we could break the bearish structure, and in order to do that, right, we need to get above $72,086 to break that structure. And then I can confidently say, okay, right, Bitcoin isn't looking bearish at this moment in time. We've broken the bearish market structure, and we can now actually start to build value above these levels, okay, which is initially bullish, right? If we start to build value above levels, that is initially very, very bullish, okay? We do have to be a little bit aware of the all-time high, though. Coming in at just under $74,000. For me, yes, if we break the bearish market structure, that is very good. But what we have to remember is that we are coming straight into big resistance with that all-time high. And what I mean with big resistance is that, we're probably going to come into this level. We're going to have a lot of people anticipating all-time high. So there is a slight possibility that we don't hit all-time high, exactly like what happened back here when we took that short trade, okay? And kind of what happened here for the short trade as well. But initially, if we do see lots of long trades coming in, right, everybody is anticipating all-time high, okay? And then if we come and take out all-time high, we're going to get a lot of, inexperienced people, okay, in this market who are going to think, okay, this is very bullish. We're getting a break of all-time high. We need to put all of our savings into Bitcoin, and we need to go long, with 50x, right? But what they don't understand, okay, is that on any slight pullback that we see, right, they are going to get very fearful, okay, and their emotions are going to take over, and we're going to see a lot of people cover if there are a lot of long trades up there. And then, like I say all of the time, right, it's that domino effect where price falls, okay, because long trades are covering, and then it falls right into millions of more long trades, okay, who are now underwater, okay, and who are then forced to cover. And it's just that domino effect and keeps pushing price down. So yes, initially, if we break the bearish market structure that we are in, that is great. But what we have to remember is that price will then be coming into resistance. Okay, I say resistance. Yes, of course it is resistance, but what I'm mainly looking at is what the retail traders are doing at this period of time. So we do have to be aware of that. We do have to, very much be aware of that. And at the same time, yes, this rise has been very, very bullish. This rise has been very, very good. What we also have to remember, okay, is that we've seen this twice before, right? We've seen two really strong moves towards the upside, which have just rolled over, okay, formed another lower high, and then we've had, of course, that continued bearish market structure, which then took us down to a new lower low, right? So just to show you that quickly, right, we had this scenario back here, which of course we then took the short trade from up here. So we had that bullish market structure with a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, and then another higher high, where then price changed the structure to bearish market structure, okay? And that's of course what we took advantage of with that short trade. So that was the first time we've seen this. The second time we've seen this, right, is here, okay, where we had this really nice bullish move towards the upside. Lots of longs coming in, right? We had bullish market structure. However, right after making this very slight, okay, it was literally by like a few dollars, this very slight higher high right here. Okay, we then got the short set up, okay, and then we started to form that bearish market structure, which then took us all the way down here, right, where we then got that long trade, okay, which of course you can see right here. That is kind of course, I compounded that long trade on this pullback here, but that was initially where this long trade was entered into. So you can see there, right, we've seen this twice before, where we've got this really, really bullish structure. Price is looking really good. It's looking really good for a move up to all-time high. However, price then reverses, okay, forms a lower high, and then we get that bearish market structure. So we've seen that twice before. So there is still a possibility, right, that we could do this here, because yes, right, we've got really strong bullish market structure here. Lots of longs coming in on this move up, okay, but right, price is, okay, possibly going to form, okay, and I mean, it already has, right? It's formed a failed auction, okay, of the high up here. And we will talk about that in a minute, okay? And that's exactly what happened on these two scenarios here. Well, this one was a slight swing failure pattern. This one was a failed auction, okay? And then we got that big correction. And then what happened to price, okay, is that we started to form the bearish market structure. Okay, we broke this bullish structure, and what happens, right? Well, price comes down and forms another, okay, lower low, continuing this much bigger bearish market structure, bearish market structure that we are in. Okay, so this is something that we need to be aware of. Okay, that a lower high is a possibility, and we could come down and form another lower low. Is it certain we're going to do this? No, of course not, right? We could continue up, right? And of course, that is why I'm still holding, right? I've still got almost $1,000 of margin left in this trade, so not a huge amount. Not a huge amount left in the trade, okay? But yeah, this is what I like to do, right? When a trade is really profitable, okay, and when price is looking strong like it is now because we've got the bullish market structure, I am happy to leave a little bit left in the trade just to see if we can continue higher, okay, or lower if it's a short trade, right? And see if I can just take full advantage of this trade, right, and continue to yield some nice profits, okay, extract some nice profits from the market. So that's currently why I still have this trade open. Initially, we're still in bullish market structure here, so there's no reason for me to expect, right, another lower low at this moment in time. Of course, I'm anticipating it, right? I'm thinking, okay, if we do start to form bearish market structure here, yes, another lower low is very probable. Okay, it is very probable. But I also understand that if this bullish market structure continues, we break the broader market context, which is bearish, then we can look to all-time high. And of course, I want to be in a trade. I want to take advantage of that. So yeah, I always just leave a little bit left in the trade. Of course, right, we can be looking for other trade setups, right? Of course, this was a much, much bigger swing trade that I entered into here. This was more of an intraday when I added to it, okay? But initially, it's turned into a bit of a swing trade as well. So yeah, I can be looking for like intraday long trades, and this is kind of what we were looking at this morning, right? So we had this pullback over the course of yesterday. Okay, over the course of yesterday, and we had that continuation of the pullback today as well. And this morning in the daily market update, and I have it saved. Where are we here? Yeah. So in the daily market update this morning, we were actually talking about a long trade from down here. Okay, we were talking about this long trade from down here, and I can probably where are we? Here we are. Okay, we can probably pull this up as well. Okay, and yeah, see if we can find where we were talking about this morning. Because there were two setups. I was initially looking for a short trade. But yeah, here. So this is kind of what we were looking at this morning. Right. So we were looking at two setups this morning. We were looking at a short trade, okay, from this range high. So yeah, let's see if I can find all of this analysis. It's yeah, the charts are quite messy at this moment in time. So here we are. Yeah. So this is kind of what we were looking at this morning, right? And yeah, the first scenario that I was kind of looking for was actually a short trade from here. Okay, but we didn't get that, right? We didn't see the rise. Okay, so of course this short trade hasn't been taken. The other trade that we were looking at was this long trade here. Now I'll be honest, I didn't take this trade. Yeah, it just wasn't really. Let's have a look at quickly have a look at what was going on here. It just wasn't a trade that I really wanted to take. Yeah, we didn't really have any shorts opening up at the low, so that's kind of why I didn't really want to take the trade. And I mean, yes, okay, if you took the trade from down here, you would be initially in some nice profits, yes, and we could continue higher. But yeah, for me, I was kind of looking at it in the time, and I'd rather see. We had some nice longs coming in, right? We did have some nice longs coming in, and then you can see here on the actual like failed auction, we've got 25 million new long trades coming in. But I would have preferred to have seen lots of shorts open up down here, and we didn't see shorts open up. Yes, we have the negative delta, okay, but if you're taking a look at what's happening with that negative delta, open interest is decreasing. Okay, so this is telling us that these are this is money flowing out of the market, right? So this is long trades that are actually getting stopped out, okay, getting liquidated. So yeah, personally for me, I didn't take the setup. It wasn't something that I really thought was yeah, like a really high probability trade. So yeah, I didn't take that. But initially, if I did, yes, it would be in some nice profits. So yeah, that's kind of what we were looking at over the course of today. And yeah, initially, literally just to trade that little mini range, that would have been something nice. We were also looking at these anchored VWAPs, right? So I've got a few anchored VWAPs that have been pulled. Now we actually front run. So from the impulsive one here, okay. So of course we have the low, we have this higher low here, and then I was looking at this other higher low. Okay, is like the impulsive one, because you can see we just had one time framing price action up, okay, one directional price action up. So we just had this big impulsive move. So I pulled it from the impulse. And then, yeah, we can see that we actually front run that ever so slightly and got a bit of a bounce, yeah, off of the front run there. But yeah, I was kind of wanting price to take out that VWAP because we have respected it initially. We have respected it, so let's get rid of that for now. So I would have preferred to have seen, and like for the long trade as well, I would have preferred to have seen price actually pull back and tap that VWAP. So that's kind of another reason why I didn't really like it. Of course, the bigger VWAP, okay, which is coming in at right now, yes, $63,180, which is also coming in close confluence with the mid-range of this descending channel as well. So that could act as support. It's not a major level of mine. I wouldn't consider it as a major level of mine. And this is, of course, right, we go back to where we started, okay? the bearish market structure, okay, and the bullish market structure that we are in now. If we start to lose, okay, like 63,420 and $63,200, right, we're kind of breaking that bullish structure, okay? So that's when I'm thinking it's quite probable that we're going to come down and form another lower low. So yeah, this is just something that we do need to be aware of. Now, of course, talking about the short trade from up here. I didn't take the short trade, and that was just because I missed the short trade, unfortunately. So yeah, in the daily market update on the 29th, we were looking at this short trade, and I said if we form the failed auction of this, it offers just the perfect short opportunity. And as you can see, we've got this big pullback here, and then of course that continuation lower. And yeah, where are we now? We are at six. Well, we came all the way down to 65,500 approximately. So yeah, this has been a really nice short trade. And I understand one of I'm not sure how many of the members took the trade, but I know one of the members did take the trade. Yeah, FR Trader. Where are we? Here. Yeah, so FR Trader took the trade. Very happy with this trade. So he took that trade. As you can see here, he made some nice profits on that trade. So yeah, congratulations to you, FR Trader, for taking that trade. But initially, yeah, that's what we were looking for, and that would have been a really nice short. And of course, yes, I would have loved to have taken the short. But yeah, unfortunately, I was just away from the desk at that moment in time, and I just didn't have the opportunity to enter into that trade. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to short this, because yes, if we get another rise towards the upside, and then we start to look bearish on this rise up, then I'm thinking, okay, this could offer a nice short trade for a move lower, and a move lower, taking out this low. What are we doing here? Where we're starting to actually form this bearish market structure here, and that's exactly like what happened here. This is exactly what I won't zoom in. I'll just make it nice and simple for ourselves. And I feel like we were looking at this as well. On the 11th of April, I do honestly think we were looking at this. I wonder if I'll be able to find it. I wonder if the 11th of April, where are we here? May and April here. So the 11th of April. Because I do think, because we initially took the short trade, and then I feel like we either added to the short trade or, what are we on? Well, that's the 1st of April. Because, yeah, where was the short trade from? It's the 10th. Maybe we didn't. Maybe I was thinking about the. Or was it from the POC? Maybe I was thinking about a move before. But initially, right, what I remember, was price pulling back into the GP786. And I'm pretty sure that we had absorption. I can't check it because Excel charts doesn't let us look that far back. But I'm pretty certain we had like a naked point of control there, and we had absorption into the level, which offered another short trade. So that's kind of what I'd be looking for here. On that, if we do see a rise towards the upside here, and we do start to see some bearish signs here, let's say, right, if we got, let's just draw this out, right? We've got no naked point of control from what I understand at this moment in time, because we could form a weekly naked point of control there. So what have we got? We've got 69,500, which I'm pretty sure I marked here, 69,500. And we've got a possibility of a monthly as well. So that's a little bit too high. 66,700. We want it to be kind of like 68. Because we're getting close to the end of... Okay, right. Maybe that could... Right, at the end of this month, right? So we've got tomorrow, and then the day after, which of course is the 1st. So maybe, right, if we get a monthly naked point of control coming in here at 67,300 roughly. It's not completed yet, of course, because we still have the rest of today and then the whole of tomorrow until it prints a new monthly naked point of control. A monthly, possible monthly naked point of control, because we could literally we could literally open the new month at the point of control and it just completely wipes it out. But around 67,300, that could be a possibility, right? So let's say we start to see a rise up. I mean, that's still a little bit too low, to be honest with you. It's still just a little bit too low. It's a possibility, but what the idea is, okay, is that, right, if we see another move up, we can look for a short entry here. If price, of course, is showing us a short trade, okay, a short trade setup, and then we look for the pullback for, okay, that bearish market structure to form, okay, and then maybe we form that, much larger bearish market structure, wipe out the bullish market structure, and then come down and form another lower low. So this is me just kind of like preparing, right, for this possible big move down. I need to be prepared for all scenarios. At this moment in time, of course, I am prepared for another move up because I'm still in this long trade. So I'm prepared for another move up. The only scenario that I'm not prepared for at this moment in time is a move down. Okay, so I want to prepare myself for that. So if we see a move up, we look bearish. Okay, I want to prepare myself for a short trade for a possible another big correction, right? So at this moment in time, I can't look at a level and say, okay, I would be interested in maybe shorting at that level if I see the setup. I don't see anything yet, so I need price to give me a little bit more information, and then once it does, okay, right, I can look for the short trade there. Because initially this morning, right, of course, that's what I was looking for, right? I was looking for this possible short trade here, right? That would have been a nice short trade. Okay, if we came down to range low, I would have, of course, taken some profits, but left a little bit in there to then take advantage of another move down if we did lose that range low. So that was something that I was trying to prepare myself for, but like I said, right, we didn't get the move up, so there was no short trade to be had. But yeah, I mean, if we do come down, right, if we do come down more, and let's say we start to break this bearish market structure, I know for certain I'm going to get a short trade set up because we're going to get a rise. Okay, I can find a short trade set up and then I can take advantage of the move. So yeah, even though I've missed the short trade from up here, okay, it doesn't mean I've completely missed this move here. All I need to do is I need to wait for a little bit of a rise, okay, and then of course I can take advantage of that, right? You can see here. There was the short trade here. If you missed the short trade from up here, okay, you had a rise here. You could have looked for a short trade anywhere up here. You had the pullback. Okay, you had another rise, pullback, another rise. Could have been a short trade up there. Even here, there was probably a short trade there. Okay, I can tell you now, there were probably short trades on these rises up. Okay, so yeah, just because we haven't got the short trade from the high doesn't mean that we're going to completely miss out on a big move down, okay, because there is going to be another opportunity, right? There is always another opportunity. And just because I'm saying this, I don't want you to think I'm looking for a new lower low, okay? I'm aware of it, okay? But again, I'm still in this long trade, okay? I've still got this long trade. I've taken a lot of profit off of the trade. I still have a little bit left in there, okay, just in case this is, okay, literally going to be, right, another higher low, okay, of this bullish structure that we are in, and we could go up and take out the high that we are here, that we put in up here, okay. And now there's another scenario as well where, yes, we form another higher low here, okay, we come up, we take out that high onto the range high, okay, of this descending parallel channel here, okay, and then we get a short setup from there, okay, which could take us, maybe not that far down, okay, maybe it could just continue to form this bullish structure, and then we go to all-time high possibly. So of course, I'd be looking to take, I would look to take profits on the initial move down, okay, but I'm still aware, right, I want to leave a little bit left in the trade, okay, or at least 50% left in the trade, to see if we can take advantage of, a bigger move down if that's going to be the case, right? So yeah, initially we could actually see another move up to take out the high, or sorry, take out the range high of this descending parallel channel for another move down, right? So maybe that wasn't the high, maybe we come up. Okay, so again, I'm just drawing out all of the scenarios that could play out, right? Because I need to be aware of these bearish scenarios because we're in bearish market structure. Okay, I don't want to be that guy that is really bearish, and I'm not. Okay, I always remain, well, try to remain anyway, very level-headed. At this moment in time, I am swaying a little bit more bearish because, of course, we are in this bearish market structure. So on the broader time frame, I'm more bearish. Okay, if we zoom in, okay, here I am more bullish, right? Because we've got the bullish structure. But yeah, the majority of the time, right, I'm trying to remain level-headed because I'm a trader, right? I'm not saying, oh, I need Bitcoin to go to all-time high. I need Bitcoin to go up, up, up. Okay, that's not me, right? I don't care where the price goes. I just want to take advantage of any moves, right? So I just need to prepare myself for every scenario. I'm just going to pull up the chat because I can see a few comments have come in. Mr. FFS, what a nightmare. Good to see you back, my friends. Good to see you back. Daily stochastic RSI is downwards, though. So odds look more likely. BTC could retrace to the bottom of that downwards channel. Yeah, that's a possibility, right? It is a possibility. Personally, I don't look at the RSI. I know it's, yeah, I mean, I know it's a good indicator of understanding when prices, overbought and then oversold. Personally, I never use it, but yeah, I mean, if you're in overbought territory, you can be looking for, of course, a pullback in price to possibly come down to maybe oversold territory. So yeah, personally, I don't use the RSI. But yeah, I mean, if that's what you use, okay, and it's tried and tested, then of course, yes, you can be looking for that, right? But personally, for me, yeah, again, I don't use it, so I can't, I don't have experience on it. Of course, a few years ago, I was using the RSI quite a lot, but I just don't use it anymore. I don't like to use lagging indicators, and the RSI is a lagging indicator. So, no, I try to stay clear of lagging indicators. But I understand that they are very good, okay, for looking at the broader market trend. Okay, I know that they are very good at that. But for me, it's just I prefer to look at the structure, right? The bullish market structure. Strip it all back, go to the basics. Okay, price action, structure. What is it doing? Okay, I can see bullish here. Broader market context is bearish. Anchor, I still hope I'm saying it right. If not, I'm sorry. Good to see you back as well, my friend. I'm in a short from 67 600. 67,600. So from around this level. So that, yeah, that's you are in some profits right now. So yeah, congratulations for that short trade. I am currently not in a short trade. I have booked 60% of the position. I'm really, really happy to hear that because I know that a lot of people do not take profits. So yeah, congratulations for that. A lot of people have a big problem with taking profits. I mean, you need to be able to take profits, and if you don't take profits, you're not a trader, really, are you? Because you're not making any profits. Should I cover more or trail my stop loss? Well, of course, I can't give financial advice here. None of this that I give here is financial advice. I can tell you what I would do, and I mean, if you've already if I had entered into a trade at 67,600 and I had taken 60%. I think I would be happy with that, and all I would do is move the stop loss to entry. Or yeah, like you said, that could be a good opportunity. I could trail my stop loss as well. Yeah, that's another good idea. Trailing my stop loss is something that that's again, I say this a lot. No trader is perfect, and that's probably something that I need to work on myself as well. I don't trail stop losses, and I think it's a really good tool. Normally, I just move my stop loss to entry, but trailing your stop losses is a very good thing to do. So yeah, that could be a really good idea actually. Yeah, that's kind of what I would, just like you've taken, if I'd taken 60%, right, I'd be happy with that. And I think what I usually do is I like to leave a little bit left in there. Um, a lot of the time I will take like 80% off of the trade, but that's because, I've let the trade run already. And then I'll leave a little bit left in there, okay, to see if price continues to run. Um, yeah, for example, with the long trade, right? Of course, I took like a TP1 early, move the stop loss to entry, all of that. Okay, then I continue to let the trade run. I take some more profits up here. Okay, and I had probably about 80% of the trade closed up here. Okay, and then we saw this other move towards the upside. And then we saw a bigger pullback added to the trade here. And of course, I took profits on the way up. Yeah, I guess it's all what works for you really. I just take profits on the way up, and I look for like resistance above us, and at any like kind of pivot high. So here, that's a perfect take profit for me right there. That's where I took profit on the long. That's a perfect take profit. On the move up here, okay, we formed a high. We then took the high out. Okay, that was a great take profit there as well for me. So it's kind of just for me. I like to look for those like pivot highs, to be honest with you, for good take profit points. And of course, yeah, if I'm looking at a short setup and we come and we initiate that short setup, that's another indication for me to actually take some profits off of the table there as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I would do, to be honest with you. Yeah, what else? What else is there that we need to look at? Let's just have a look. What else is there that we need to look at? So yeah, this is what I was also interested in. This is an important for another higher low. Okay. Um, yeah. Right. So this. Okay, and this lines up really nicely actually with the anchored VWAPs. Um, Not that one, this one here, and possibly that one as well. So the anchored VWAP from the low, yeah, is lining up quite. I mean, I would like to see it come up a little bit higher. So that's why I kind of like this one here. But I guess yeah, we can have them both on there. And initially, it's just like that the anchor VWAPs. Right, I don't necessarily need price to touch them. It's just that little like icing on the cake, cherry on top type thing, that would just be amazing to see. But for another long trade, right? And when I say another long trade, I may, I may just add to this long trade again if, of course, I see the setup. Yeah, I kind of want to see like, if Bitcoin is going to make a new all-time high. I kind of want to see like how much I can get this trade to, because of course, right currently where we are is $11,000 in a profit. Now, this is I'll proudly say it. This is like one of my biggest trades recently. So I've been quite happy with that, to be honest with you. It's been one of my biggest trades, and I haven't taken a lot of trades recently. Over the past few days, yes, we've taken some intraday trades here and there, but mainly I've been mainly looking at bigger swing trades because yeah, we'll cover that long trade in 2 secs. But I just want to say quickly, how I like to trade is I like to adapt to what the markets are doing. If price action is constricted, barcoding, it is ranging, I like to then look for the intraday trades. But when price action is one time framing, one directional, okay, like it's been up here, one directional, like it's been down here, one directional, like it's been up here, one directional, right? I like to be in big swing trades, right? So that's why, recently, whilst we've been in this big parallel channel here, I haven't taken as many trades. I mean, at the start of it, to be honest, I took loads of trades there. But towards the end of this, where we've got really like extended one directional price action, okay, I've been taking more swing trades rather than the intraday trades, because those are what pay, right? That's what works for me, right? I like to adapt to what the markets are doing. When the markets are one directional, I like to look for the swing trades. When the markets are constricted, I like to look for those intraday trades, of course. And initially still the swing trades, but maybe the swing trades aren't as big as the swing trades that I've been taking at this moment in time. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in quickly. But yeah, I mean, where we are right now is, of course, we're coming into that GP, right? We're coming into that GP. But yeah, I mean, if you're a regular watcher of the channel, you will know how I feel about GPs. First of all, I don't consider them as strong as I used to, because every man and their dog knows what a golden pocket is now. So what I've noticed over the past year is that price actually moves lower and comes to the 786. And maybe not even maybe it doesn't even come to the 786. Maybe it just comes to that area between the 786 and the 0.618. So that's why I quite like having the 786 on there. So yeah, that's an important level for me. But what I'm looking at here, okay, is, of course, we took the long trade from here, okay, and initially I would prefer, right, to see price take out the lows, right, but I didn't need to see that here. Why? Because price is in bullish market structure, so I didn't need to see it. And it's the same thesis here. I don't need to see price take out this low here. I don't need to see it. It'll be good. Like, there would possibly be a trade setup off of that, okay, off of taking out that low, yes, but I don't need to see it because we're in bullish market structure. So we could come down to the 786, the value area low. We've got a daily naked point of control there. We've got possibly, coming into the VWAPs as well. So for me, this is kind of like a long trade setup that I'm planning. But of course, right, like I say all of the time, for any regular watchers as well, you will know, when I'm looking at a GP 786, right, even though, yes, I've added the 786 and I consider that a much stronger level than the golden pocket, okay, I still have to look at what big players are doing, okay? I need to see absorption in this area, okay, for me to take this trade. Any trade that I take when I'm taking a trade, okay, off of a higher high, a higher low, okay, or whether it be a short trade off of a lower high, okay, but in this instance a higher low, I need to see absorption, okay. That's what I need to see, because I like to look for where the big players are, and absorption is what indicates where the big players are, okay. So for the long trade that we previously took, what was I looking for there? Okay, we've gone a little bit too far. I think I have. Where are we? Oh, that's why, because I'm all the way back in April. Where are we? Here. So here, okay. We are currently at the GP 786 and value area low. Okay, that's what we were looking at here. This, of course, is what we were looking at in the daily market update on the 25th. Okay, so that was the setup. We were looking at the daily market update on the 25th. Right, and I was looking for absorption. Okay, we had absorption here, right? We had CVD over time ticking down, and price action having in that bullish market structure with the higher lows. Now, what is this telling us? Okay, well, this is telling us that a big player is absorbing all of the sells that are coming in here, right? Because we can see that there is more aggressive selling happening here than there was here, right? However, price is in bullish structure, right? So somebody, a big player, a big institution, whoever it may be, is absorbing all of those sells into the market. So for me, that's quite bullish, right? And of course, I need to look for confluence on that. So I was looking at the GP 786. I had the value area low, and yeah, then we had the higher low, of course, as well. So all of those together, right, gave me, of course, that long trade setup. So what did I do? Scroll down too far. Okay, I added to the long trade right here. Okay, just compounded the long trade, added to the long trade, because previously the margin was $800, and yeah, because I closed literally the majority of the trade, and then I added $3,000 into the trade. So this is kind of what I'd be viewing here, right? I need to see absorption. Now we can actually anticipate absorption. So let's have a look. And to be honest with you, we're not seeing it. I'm not really liking it. Because when we were a little bit higher, there was a possibility that we could. Um, yeah, I don't actually like it, to be honest with you. I mean, there is still there is still an argument for the long trade, but there's still an argument of a long trade off of it. But I'd have to look for a different type of setup. I couldn't, I couldn't say, okay, we're coming into the 786. It would have to be something else. Anyway, it's a little bit too early to be looking at that anyway, but that's a possibility, right? Maybe, right? Let's just draw it out briefly. Maybe instead of coming into the level and looking for the long trade, maybe we could look for something like that. Maybe we like fail auction, we form a low, come back up, fail auction or swing failure pattern it, and then we get the setup, because I still like the daily naked point of control with the value area low. Like I still like that level. So yeah, possibly, right? Possibly. But of course, yeah, if I do take that trade, I will put it on the Visionary Discord, of course. So yeah, I mean, let's have a look at this move down, because I still feel as though that we could go lower, because like I said to the team here, where are we? Here, sorry, it was yesterday. So value area high reclaimed, POC tapped. So this is what I was talking about in the daily market update. If we reclaim that value area high, we look for POC. If we lose POC, okay, then we're looking to value area low. Okay. So yeah, like I said here, if we lose POC, we can look towards value area low. So I mean, if we're not getting absorption, if we're not getting absorption here, then it's like, yeah. I mean, I'll be looking for value area low anyway. So, I'm still like where I'm sat right now is like, okay, we can target value area low, because of course we got accepted into the area below the POC. So I would kind of be looking at that value area low still. And of course, yeah, maybe there's a long trade there to be had. Maybe we'll have to see. I'm going to try and pronounce this. Oliver? Oh yeah. Van der Linden. What do you? Yeah, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. What do you think of Jasmy Coin? I've heard of Jasmy Coin. To be honest with you, I've never traded it. We can have a little look at it. Actually, did I put it on here? Because it was something that I wanted to look at. Let's add that on, actually. So yeah, maybe I have drawn something on here. I've no idea. When was that? It was all the way back in 2022. So maybe I did look at it all the way back there. I mean, yeah, to be honest, I haven't looked at it recently, and I mean, Yeah, I mean the chart looks strong at this moment in time, but again, it's like right. I can pretty much say, yeah, 6th of July. So this was the low when I took the long on Bitcoin. So if we go to the Bitcoin chart, just clear this up quickly, and let's go to the 12 hours. So when I took the long on Bitcoin, right, 6th of July. 6th of July. Yeah. So for me, I said this yesterday, right? How I look at altcoins is yes, okay, I can trade altcoins, but when I'm looking for those bigger positions on altcoins, like the big trades, okay, like maybe it may just be like a big spot buy, because with altcoins, especially with altcoins like yeah, Pepe, Jasmy, especially, okay, Flocky, and all these sorts of meme coins at this moment in time, um, you don't need to put leverage on it. You just don't need to, because on spot you can make enough profit as it is, so you don't have to put leverage on it. Of course, you can if you want to, but you don't need to. So yeah, for me, when I look at getting into like big positions on altcoins like this, I need to see a sign of strength. I need to see Bitcoin have a big pullback and then Bitcoin show me some sign of strength. Okay, so of course we had the sign of strength, which I took the long trade from down here, right? Of course, still very much in the long trade here. Okay, so that long trade that I entered into there is when I would have been looking at. I didn't, okay, but that's when you kind of want to be, in my opinion, you want to be looking at entering into altcoins. Okay, so once you see a sign of strength on Bitcoin, okay, and you know that that altcoin, okay, or that meme altcoin is doing really well in this bull market, and you can, I can look at this and I can say, okay, this is doing really well, this bull market. Okay, it's not doing as well as it previously done all the way back here. Okay, but it's getting there, right? It's getting there. And if this bull market continues, right, it is probably going to go higher, right? It is probably going to go higher. So yeah, for me, how I look at it is, okay, let's look for Bitcoin to have a big pullback. Let's look for a slight sign of strength on Bitcoin. Okay, a bit of a sign of strength on Bitcoin. Then yes, okay, if there's something, if sorry, the meme coin, the altcoin, whatever it may be, is doing well in the bull market, okay, I can look to enter at that same time, right? I can be looking to enter when Bitcoin is entering. So yes, like very much so. I think this is probably a very good buy. Where we are now, I don't think so. I would rather wait for a pullback, okay, and then a sign of strength on Bitcoin. That's what I would be looking for, to like get into like a big spot buy position, and that's initially what I'm looking to do. On another big pullback for Bitcoin, and then a sign of strength, right? If I see that, right, I'm going to look for a big spot buy on altcoins, because yeah, I just know that's where the big money is to be made, right? Of course, still going to be implementing my risk management strategies, right? I'm not going to be putting my whole portfolio on an altcoin, okay? I'm going to be putting a small percentage of my portfolio on an altcoin, okay? Having a stop loss, okay? A point where I exit that trade. So yeah, implementing proper risk management still, but yeah, initially I've been a little bit too addicted to just trading Bitcoin recently. So yeah, I do need to position myself into some altcoins, to be honest with you, because yeah, that's the thing is, and how it is with me is, the majority of what I've made in crypto has been in Bitcoin. That's like how, I've always like tried to take as much risk out of it as possible, out of trading as possible. That's kind of my goal. So yeah, when I trade, it is kind of mainly Bitcoin, and sometimes Ethereum. So yeah, but I do understand that a lot of you guys want to see the altcoins as well. So I'm going to start positioning myself into some altcoins as well. So yeah, Jasmy, all of these that I've put on here are ones that I'm looking at, and to be honest, I've deleted a lot. I used to have a huge list of altcoins, and I've deleted so many of them because a lot of altcoins are just dead, right? Of course, none of these altcoins that we have here are dead. Okay, none of them are dead because, yeah, I've been through this recently, and yeah, well, I mean, BOEM is a little bit, what's going on here. A little bit boring there. But yeah, most of them, right, are looking very, very strong, very, very bullish. Okay. So yeah, I got rid of all of the bad eggs. So it's like coins like Cardano. let's just have a look at that, because initially I did quite well in Cardano previously. No. There, sorry. Yeah, so just look how dead that altcoin is. Just look how dead it is. It's just a dead coin now, isn't it? But when you look at 2021, that's where it was doing amazing. Okay, the hype around it was there. And I did quite well on that, to be honest with you. But now it's just like, yeah, what's even the point of it being around anymore? So yeah, of course, if you've got any more questions, put them in the chat. We've been live for almost an hour here. So yeah, of course, if you've got any more questions, want me to take a look at anything, then of course, please do put those in the chat. I still want to see this. I just want to double check this CME gap, because we do have the CME gap here coming in at 65,830. So we could we could fill that. Probabilities say that we're going to fill it. We don't have to fill it, but we do see CME gaps get filled quite a lot. You can see we do have a big gap here, which again, we've left it, okay, but it could indicate, right? It could indicate that we come down, take it out, and then everybody gets extremely bearish, and we continue to go down a little bit further for another lower low. So yeah, it's something to be aware of. It's like this CME gap down here. We didn't completely fill it here. We came back up. Everybody was getting extremely bullish. We saw millions and millions upon millions of longs opening up here. What did price do? It came down and filled that gap down there. Did we see it on this rise up here? Did we see a big gap that was left? We didn't, no. But yeah, that's something to be aware of down here as well, that big gap. I don't think we have to come and fill it, right? We have huge CME gaps at much lower prices, which we've never filled. This one was a really nice one. I remember this one here when we filled that one. That was just amazing. Okay, and just the bull market just started from there, didn't it? It was amazing. But yeah, we do have a CME gap all the way down here somewhere that just hasn't been filled. I can remember. It's like, was it like, did we go back this far? I swear there's like a CME gap at like $3,000 that we haven't filled. To be honest with you, we're probably never going to fill that CME gap. So yeah, we don't have to fill it, okay, but we do fill them a lot of the time, so that is something to be aware of. But anyway, if there are no more questions, I will probably leave that there. We've been live for almost an hour. So yeah, I will leave that there. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. Yeah. Oh, Damien, good to see you here. A decent trade at 63,500. if you want to check the Discord. Okay, sorry, did I? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I didn't see that, Damien. Similar setup. Bullish shark harmonic in the making at 64 300 at the 786 value area low, support at the ascending parallel channel. When did you put this in? Oh, so you put this in yeah, not that long ago. Sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't get the notification. Yeah, so is that the same? Let's have a look. I feel like, yeah, that's the same. That's this kind of the same long that I was just talking about earlier as well. So yeah, this is kind of what I was looking at as well. The only issue I see with it, and I like it. I mean, I do like it. The only issue I see with it is we're not seeing absorption at this moment in time. We don't have to see absorption, but I would prefer to see it. But yeah, I do really like this setup. Daily naked point of control at 64,000 ish. Yeah, let's see. So we were looking at that as well. So yeah, $64,800. We have that naked point of control there. What else? Or 63,500 entry of a bearish shark at 63,500. The dot 5 of the initial impulse, value area low, target B and C, strong support from the beginning of July. So 63,500, so that's a little bit lower. Yeah, and initially, yeah, I always like looking at your TA, Damien, because it's like it's slightly different to mine, and I always like to see a different perspective. It's always good to see a different perspective of it. So let's just let's get rid of, yeah, we'll get rid of that. Where are we? Here, and not that one, somewhere here. Is it this one here? So yeah, initially for the long trade here, where you have it at, okay, you of course have that bearish shark. You've got the value area low, you've got the dot 5 as well. So yeah, for me, looking at that, how I would view that is, yeah, if we come down into that level that you are looking at, is okay, are we getting lots of shorts opening up here? Price then starts to rise. Okay, we start to see a lot of those shorts underwater. They start to cover and push the price higher. So that's kind of how I would look at that trade. Of course, it's always really nice to see your perspective on it as well, like what you look at those levels. So yeah, that's kind of what I would look at. What else? Look left and see strong support at 63,500. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always a good idea to look left. Always a good idea to look left. So yeah, initially I would look for like a failed auction or a swing value of the liquidity down there. That's how I like to look for trades. So that's how I would initially look at it. And then of course I can look at your analysis here and I can see, you know, you found lots of confluence at that level. So initially that just adds to my trade as well, right? It just adds to the confluence on my trade. But yeah, thank you very much for that input, Damien. I am going to have to, unfortunately, shoot off. Thank you very much for that input, Damien. It was good to see you. Good to see you here. But I am, unfortunately, just going to have to shoot off because I did arrange to meet a friend at the gym. So, yeah, I do need to leave at this moment in time. So, yeah, thank you very much. Sorry, it's a rushed goodbye, but yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. It was really, really good to see yeah, familiar faces here. Mr. FFS, what a nightmare. Love the name. Anchor, good to see new faces here as well. And of course, Damien, always good to see you as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your day. Have a lovely evening. And I will, of course, see any visionary members on the Discord and in the daily market update tomorrow. And for any of you that are not, I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream. So have a lovely rest of your day, guys. And yeah, see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel slowly listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're